Captain Andy here for continuing the adventures of Clalin, going through the Final Fantasy XIV story, one step at a time. Unfortunately, that is what this seems to be, and we are on our 14th stream of seeing what her story is like. She is my legacy character, Clalin, and I'm curious to see what the difference is in story between them, as well as to be able to share this adventure with you. In the last two streams, we have done Clalin's adventure. The first few streams, we did the Reborn story, as well as a brief recap of 1.0. If I were to do the full recap 1.0, that would require a lot more than a couple streams. And it'd be not as entertaining as it would just be me talking, possibly showing YouTube videos. Which we can all do in our time, which if people want, I'll do that for sure. But after that, we did the Binding Quads of Bahamut to again show more stories for legacy players, and last two streams we've done the stories of Gladiator Paladin as well as Pugilist and Monk. Today we are continuing that step, going through the various storylines of the classes and jobs, and this evening we'll be going through Thaumaturge and Black Mage. So let's log in right away and see what kind of misadventures we can get ourselves in. You notice I decided to just jump onto Miner earlier, as what she's doing that right now, is I was just trying to get some of the Ixal Beastman Tribe quests to get that done, so I can at least get through the grinding portion of it, and once that's done, hopefully I can go through the story afterwards to New Game Plus for that. I guess that would just add more interesting parts to it, but there are 5 Beastman Tribes in the Realm Reborn that we can do quests for. I'm hoping I can redo the quest for them. If not, I do apologize. But if we are able to do that, we actually kind of cool. Actually, before we do that, let's go check. Yeah, so we're here right now. Let's go straight to New Game Plus. Before that, I'm just going to check to see. Yeah, there's each of the respective classes. But what about the other ones? Side stories. Chronicles of Light, Saint Eldalims, Scholasticat. Quest variants, Chronicles of a New Era, Rage, Alliance Trials. I guess they didn't add the Beastmen Tribes. I do apologize, folks. That's one thing I will not be able to show. Because they're actually kind of cool. Maybe I'll show the end part of it. It's about the only thing I could potentially do. Do apologize for that, folks. Alright, all the same. Let us continue on where we left off with here. We are doing all the jobs that are in Ul'dah to start with, and follow that in Lominsa, and then Gridania. Now, we did the first 2 jobs that are available in Ul'dah, which are Gladiator and Paladin, as well as Thaumaturge Monk. Now, they also have a third one for DPS for Magic. In this case, Thaumaturge and Black Mage, which is what we will jump right into. Thaumaturge. The funeral rites of the Order of Nald Thal have been focused and refined into what is known today as the Thaumaturgy, and the 5 brothers who lead the Thaumaturge's Guild have elected to offer you instruction in the dark art. The arrival of the 6th brother, however, serves to complicate your training. Commence. And we best go to Ul'dah. So if we're going to do this in Ul'dah. I probably should turn to a Thaumaturge as well. Yeah, so these job quests, I do apologize. They're not going to be anything really big and fancy. There's going to be no dungeons or trials yet. I will get back to those. Unfortunately, these dungeons do take a little bit. These job quests do take some time. All right, so let's go straight to Black Mage. And because we can't do the Thaumaturge quest as a Black Mage, we do have to get rid of the Soul Stone. So let's see how bad my gear is like this. I can't do that because I'm wearing this. Alright, hang on. What do I have available for this? tooth. This should do. It'll have to do. Alright, let's take this off. Oh, wow. Yeah, let's move you here. Get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. Thunder 2, that is AoE. That goes up here. Lucid Dreaming here. Swift Cast. Fire 2 can go here. Blizzard can go here. Fire 3. Transpose goes to here. Scathe here. Sleep don't need this. Fire. Mana Ward. Surecast. Thunder can go here. Adel can go up here. That's it? I don't get the Blizzard too? I guess I do. Why is that over here? You go here. I guess I don't get Blizzard 3. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright. Yeah, so the reason I think that's like... The reason for the title, Thundering Waltz of Fire Knights, because you mainly use Fire and Ice with a bit of Thunder waltzed in there. It's a dance of Fire and Ice. Okay, I passed the person who needs to talk to you. Right here. Yeah, okay. Welcome to the Thermitages Guild. It is fate that has guided your steps here, friend. Within these hallowed halls, the arts of devastation are taught. Primal magic with which to bring upon an enemy's ruin. If you would join our ranks and wield the power of thaumaturgy, I urge you to seize this moment and confide in me your arcane ambitions. Yes, I wish to join. Yes. There truly was no other answer, was there? Lean closer now, and I shall whisper to you of thaumaturgy's beginnings. The nation of Ulta inherited its tradition from ancient Palladia, a city founded by descendants of the first mages. The secrets of these illustrious sorcerers were ultimately entrusted to the priests of the Order of Nalthal, who have passed them down from generation to generation ever since. Focused and refined over centuries of use in the Order's funeral rites, the arcane magics of our ancestors eventually emerged as the art we now know as thaumaturgy. A freeing blizzard to halt corruption, a raging fire to cleanse the soul, a bolt of lightning to expel the sins of mortal life. The memoirs employed in the preparation of the dead are equally efficacious when applied to the living. Thus does our guild thrive in the depths of Azaneth Ossuary, a sanctuary devoted to Thal, the divine arbiter of the afterlife. What say with an adventurer? If you would plumb the abyssal depths of thaumaturgy, let our learned sages guide your descent. But before you leap into the darkness, you must prove to our guildmasters that you are possessed of the spiritual fortitude necessary to look upon that which waits therein. When you're ready to submit to the judgment of our eminent mages, say the word. Well, adventurer, will you join our guild, or do you presume to ignore the urgings of impatient destiny? A wise decision indeed. To prepare for initiation, I would have you study the volumes of fundamental thaumatological principle, all 108 of them. Or at least I would if such requirements had not been abolished. Too great a deterrent to fresh novices, he said. I suppose you just have to settle for calling upon the collective wisdom of our guildmasters. We have 5, you see, all brothers of the same house. Though they all wield supreme authority, it is the eldest who provides a singular voice for the guild, when one is required. Master Kokobio, I believe. Kokobio! Yeah, I'll have to wear this silly-looking staff for a little bit. Then I get back my shiny staff, the only staff I need. Who? What? Oh, Thal's tease, miss. Did your mother never tell you to startle a thermitage? You're literally standing out in the open when people can just walk up to you, buddy. Right. Look at that expectant face, Kokobigo. This lady is obviously a new applicant for the guild seeking audience with our eldest brother. Oh, Prelate Yayake. She can recite the 307 verses of the funeral rites of the virtuous fallen, but the simple task of keeping her name straight seems ever beyond her grasp. Well, I, for one, find the constant confusion endlessly entertaining. My apologies, my dear. My merriment was not meant to mock your mistake. It is our sibling Kokobuki with whom you should speak. What's this? What's this? Thal has led us a new Thal has led us a new aspirant? Ah, Kokobuki. Were you here the entire time? Greetings, child. I am Kokobuki, the eldest, and, I would venture to say, the wisest of the 5 masters of the Thermitage Guild. It is my solemn duty to furnish our would-be initiates with a succinct understanding of our beloved art, though I would have your fullest attention. To wield thaumaturgy is to unleash devastation of the highest magnitude. The lethal force of our spells far exceeds the destructive capability of any other form of arcane manipulation. Fire, lightning, blizzards. Somnolence. The thaumaturgy calls upon an expansive arsenal of offensive incantations to incapacitate and obliterate all manners of adversaries. They like to bullshit up. Open your mind to our sorcerer's teachings, and you too shall soon hold the unparalleled power of our discipline in the palm of your hand. Of course, such power has a price. You must be willing to plunge headfirst into the forbidding chasm of thaumaturgy's secrets, for advancement in this art comes only with the completion of deadly and terrible trials. I ask you now, aspirant, are you prepared to leap into the abyss in pursuit of power unrivaled? But of course. A confident response. A confident response. Your name, if you will. Very well, Clalin. Let us mark your initiation with 3 eminently practical gifts. My first gift to you shall be an addition to your hunting log, the names of such enemies that will prove suitable to your training as a thaumaturge. The second and third gifts are the scepter and shield, instruments you shall need to focus the destructive force of your will. Did you believe your initiation over? My dear disciple, we have only just begun. Take your new weapons in hand, and I will set you forth upon your first trial. Woo! 10th thaumaturge unlocked! Alright, let's go to Kokobuki. The scepter well complements the avid desire of destructive power written upon your features. Now, we shall complete your initiation with a trial to test the limits of your aptitude for channeling thaumaturgy. Huge hornets, star mammoths, and snapping shrews inhabit this land in abundance. Exercise your sorceress might and slay 3 of each of these creatures before returning to my side. I literally just did that for Gladiator and Pugilist, and they're the exact same mobs. Alright. There you go. At least have to kill cactuars next time. Staff meeting! Staff meeting! Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Alright, once I've done this quest, I'm going to take off the New Game Plus for a moment. At least get rid of one of my... I was doing the all beach quests, as I mentioned earlier, but I placed them onto the... what's the word? I like to keep them as the prominent quest line I'm working on because... well, it's easier for me to just keep tabs of it that way. Well, look, I need to just do the exalt quest, but that's... we'll see. Instead of walking all the way there, I'm just going to take the shard and teleport my way there. You have the satisfied look of a mage who has utterly vanquished her foes, Clalin. I formally welcome you into the Brotherhood of Thaumaturges. The purpose of this trial was to gauge your capacity for wielding thaumaturgy, an innate quality the limits of which are bound by the level of etheric energy flowing through your physical being. Ether, the very stuff of life, exists within all living creatures to a greater or lesser extent. Remember this, for it is the basic law of arcane manipulation. As your experience grows, so shall your reserves of thaumaturgical endurance. The wellspring of your medical might will also swell in response to moments of extreme terror and duress. When you find yourself seeking greater challenge, when next you crave the thrill of exquisite fear, this is when you shall know the time has come for you to visit me once more. Alright, I'm going to quickly just turn this off, because it's going to mess up my ability to see the what's next in the quest line. Suspend for a quick moment. Yes, suspend. Alright, and let us continue. Your burgeoning power strains against the confines of your untried mortal shell. Another trial you must have. From this day forth, your tasks and challenges will be shaped by the teachings found within Thaumaturgy, the Yawning Abyss, a tome penned by the renowned thaumaturge Zozomaya. My brothers, who have not once tasted the bitter drought of defeat, will instruct you on the vital lessons to be gleaned from the 4 extensive chapters that comprise this exemplary work. Much shall you learn about the threats with which a practitioner of our art must contend. The first chapter, The Threat of Intimacy, falls within Kokubigo's purview. It is only fitting that one so averse to being approached should teach you the wisdom of the uncovered therein. Yes, Clalin, I've been expecting you. Allow me to read to you the pertinent passages from the opening chapter to Zozomaya's guide. The Threat of Intimacy. Ah, how magnificent the potent power we wield. Roaring flames, piercing ice, and shocking bolts are matched not by fist or sword or spear. But the burly warrior waxes fearsome with every closing steps. Fists shatter bone. Blades slide through flesh, spears puncture soft bellies. Know you this threat, and stand you apart from such men. That last part makes me queasy no matter how often I recite it. The lesson, however, should be obvious. Keep your distance from your foes. Apart from the agony of being hit or stabbed or worse, you will have a devil of a time completing an incantation with an enemy flinging his weapons at your person. Thus, the wise Thaumaturge always strikes from afar. The farther, the better. Now, let us proceed with your trial. Take this dried fish and set it down in the vicinity of the Silver Bazaar. Next, simply draw back to a comfortable distance and wait for a vulture to swoop in to feed. That's when you ambush the nasty creature with a barrage of deadly spells. Once you have slain the scavenger, be sure to retrieve a generous slice of vulture meat for Fafano. He doesn't mind us conducting trials so close to a shop, so long as he's properly compensated. Yes, Clalin, we pay him in sorcery-blasted bird flesh. Sorcery-blasted bird flesh. I'm hungry for chicken wings. Best way to have chicken wings, what do you guys thought? Myself, I like oven-baked wings. Yes, they do take longer, but I find they cook a little bit better. It's also healthier. Another neat trick with oven-baked wings is... Who here likes sauce on their wings? Honey garlic, hot, spicy, mild. There's 20 million different... Maybe not 20, but there's a lot of different sauces out there. What's an interesting thing about oven-baked wings? Deep fried in oil. Anything that was on the wings itself will get washed away because of the deep fryer. If you oven bake wings that are pre-dipped into your respective sauce of choice, if you oven bake it, the sauce will actually seep into the meat of the chicken wing itself, thus making it more flavorful as well. And as I mentioned, it's also healthier. You don't get all that oil and whatnot. The heart of the Thanalan sun only makes the odor of this long dead waifkin that much more unbearable. Ugh. See? Fish. Oh. Vulture! Eat fire! Oh, he did. Fafafono. You're done making use of my testing grounds, are you? Cough up the fee then. Tender white meat suited for sautés. Tastes remarkably like chocobo. I would agree. Looks like I could. Although I never actually ate a chocobo yet. There's nothing so tender as a bit of meat pummeled with wanton wizardry. Nice doing business with you, Thaumaturge. Did you say Thaumaturge? Has this maid just completed a guild trial? Ah, Master Alchemist. What brings you to our bazaar this fine afternoon? The lady here just slew herself a plump vulture. You'd be surprised how many of these scepter-wielding sorcerers end up sliced to ribbons by beak and talon. And that's not the sort of flesh I have a taste for. You understand? My brothers, not again. I mean, hey, come on. Alright, let's go back to this way, I guess. Yeah, so after this stream, we'll still do the rest of the jobs in Ul'dah, but the remaining jobs are actually the ones for gathering and crafting. I think I'll do minor next time. There's only one gathering class in Ulda. That is minor. I don't know how long that would take. I've learned from the melee and magic jobs, it can take roughly about good 2 to 3 hours, depending on the job itself and how quickly one can read. I want to share the story of this, so I'm not going to be skipping the cutscenes to the best of my ability. The reason I'm doing that is some people I know aren't able to play Final Fantasy XIV, but they are very interested in the story. So that is one reason for this as well. You just get the added bonus of having a legacy player do it. Welcome back, Clalin. You seem to have done well. Both eyes intact, face appears unshredded. It truly is the most terrible feeling to have one's casting interrupted by a heinous injury. It's one of the easier trials, if you ask me. Keep well away from pointy, slashy, bashy things if you want to reach the end of an arcane utterance. That's just common sense. Fortune favors the fighter who flings fire from afar. I simply love the look of loathing leveled at me by the distant duelist distressed by my deadly downpour. We Thermaturges excel at offense, but fail miserably at defense. A most effective strategy is to topple our adversaries with overwhelming force before they have a chance to respond. Honor is for knights and dead mages. Clalin, your studies appear to be progressing nicely. It won't be long before you dominate the field as an avatar of sorcerous destruction. So it's true, Buki. Don't try to hide from me, Bigo, or you, Banny, or Bezzy, or Boha. Kokobushi, what are you doing here? You promised you would teach me next. Well, yes, of course we did, Busi, but Clalin here was most insistent. And once again you brushed me aside in the hope that I abandoned my heart's desire. Why do you abandon me, or deny me? I hate you, all of you. Please, Busi, you mustn't say such hurtful things. You know how delicate Bigo is. That was Kokobushi, our youngest brother. He so dearly wishes to become a Thaumaturge like the rest of us, but it simply isn't possible. The poor boy's etheric levels are pitifully low. We thought we had convinced him to accept fate's cruel quirks when he entered the we thought we had convinced him to accept fate's cruel quirks when he entered the Alchemist Guild. But he yet yearns to walk the path of thaumaturgy. So, such is Kokobushi's determination that he spends all his waking moments experimenting with alchemical concoctions, seeking a method by which he can expand his capacity for arcane manipulation. Well, this is obviously none of your concern. Back to the abyss with you, young Thaumaturge, and I mean that in the most encouraging manner possible. Alright, let's continue. Yes, Clalin, yes. The aura of power surrounding you is palpable. The glare begins to blind my Thaumaturge's eye. Your lesson today shall be taught by Kokobani. Go to him and hear from the chapter titled The Threat of Paucity. So, Clalin, you have come to learn at the foot of the third eldest brother, have you? I promise you, however, your education shall not be third-rate. Let us read from the second chapter, shall we? Are you settled? No last moment trips to the privy. Very well. The threat of paucity. Ah, how magnificent the ruthless power we wield. Flame devours, ice entombs, and lightning courses through the stricken bodies of our foes. But, oh, such desperation when the wellspring runs dry. Flame sputters out, ice melts into slush, and lightning sparks no longer. Know you this threat, and mind you the limits of your mortal vessel. A terrifying thought, isn't it? A thermagant who has exhausted her arcane reservoir and is not but a woman with a stick and a funny hat. For we mages, you may as well equate the etheric energy flowing through our veins with our very lifeblood. Should a battle find us lacking in this precious resource, we are as good as dead. Controlling the expenditure of your power requires an understanding of etheric balance. The scales can tip in one of two directions, astrally or umbrally. When your mind and spirit lean in an umbral direction, your thaumaturgy is affected by a state known as umbral ice. The potency of your spells is diminished, but they also require less energy to invoke. On the other hand, a thaumaturge in the astral fire state will find the potency of incantations enhanced, but at a greater cost to her etheric stamina. Now, with the concepts of etheric balance and efficient casting foremost in your mind, I bid you go forth and slay 8 Fs. Pray do your best to stay alive. It reflects badly on me when the mauled corpse of one of my pupils is returned to the ossuary. Wow. Where do I find these things anyways? Black Brush Station, okay. This is quest number 10, I think, or level 10 or 15? 10. Picked up a lot of trash on the way. Let's see. Toss. 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 That is needed for what I was doing earlier. Alright. Ah, the Fs. Fire 3. I'm not worried about you. There we go. I don't think there's any more in this area. I gotta wait. Got to kill 2 more, and I got to wait. Alright. Beastkin Blood gone. Bat Fang gone. Batwing gone. Animal Skin gone. Oh, there's another F here. That didn't take long. Alright, let's continue on with the quest. Don't know why I'm walking the whole way, but apparently I am. Oh well. Apologize for the messages behind me, folk. That will be cleaned up by the next stream. Aha! You arrived before me, upright and breathing. Wonderful! It is so much simpler to pose questions to a student without having to resort to necromantic divination. Tell me, Clalin, what action would you take if you found your thermatological endurance exhausted in the midst of battle? Brandish my scepter as a club. Yep, staff meeting. Yes, the scepter is certainly a lethal instrument of death. Your death. You valorous fool. Remember the first chapter? We do not close distance with our enemies. And we certainly do not hit them with our finely crafted tools of thaumaturgy. Pray consider replenishing your energies with a vial of ether before humiliating yourself in melee combat. But it's a staff meeting! Ah, ether. The drought of the gods. We thaumaturges indeed. And you practice the art of arcane manipulation, value this substance above all others. Thus, it was with unbridled fury that we received the most back. Thus, it was with unbridled fury that we received the most recent report of beastman activity. It seems an Almazar raiding party has attacked a caravan on the trade routes and made off an entire crate of precious ether. The time has come for you to put your new knowledge to the test. Annihilate these Almazar bandits and retrieve the cargo of ether-filled vials. According to the report, their armored war transport was last spotted to the south of Drybone. And I believe Kokabuki has an additional request. While you're busy incinerating Almazar, be sure to collect some samples of their blood. Assuming you can draw any from their smoking remains. Beat them with the club. Staff meetings. Or beat him with the club. Called me a fool. So rude. Alright, that's done. Do I detect the scent of ether? And I trust that stench is Almazar blood? A sturdy wooden crate filled with bottles of ether and copious amounts of packing hay. Almazar blood. The Maldor's lifeblood is so dark and red it almost appears black. Oh, 10 vials, 20, 30. The sight of so much ether is just so very comforting. What have we here, Coco Benny? Is this the crate that was stolen? I see Clalin's lessons have had the desired effect. I assume this vile, vicious liquid you have there is beastman blood. Kokobushi should be pleased. Gokobuki, you left word with me to visit the ossuary. Have you finally decided to begin my training in thaumaturgy? Ah, Kokobushi, good of you to come. Clalin was kind enough to obtain a vial of Amazon blood for you. An alchemist acquaintance of mine explained how you have been using the substance in your research to create a mana-amplifying elixir. Naturally, we are most interested in the result of such experiments. So you see, Busi, your work as an alchemist already puts you in a position to work alongside us. You needn't become a thaumaturgist to be part of our family. That's right, Busi. Besides, the battlefield is a dangerous place, and our skills are not exactly suited to keeping others safe from harm. I see. This is but another attempt to dissuade me from pursuing my true calling. I do not want to cheer you from the safety of my workbench. I want to fight by your side. But Busi, we cannot stand the thought of you being harmed. Pray do not do anything foolish. I do apologize, brother. I sometimes forget how difficult it must be not having a natural aptitude for the arcane arts. As I mentioned before, Clalin, Kokobushi is dangerously unsuited to the wielding of thaumaturgy. Even with the proper training, he would be unable to cast magics as we can. Were he to attempt to force a manifestation of power, the strain on his etheric reserve would likely kill him. But let us not dwell on this unpleasant circumstance. For you, on the other hand, are brimming with thaumaturgic potential. Remain diligent in your studies, and do not cease in your efforts to expand your wellspring of power. Come, Clalin. The yawning abyss beckons once more. Today, Kokobeze will instruct you from the chapter entitled The Threat of Superiority. You have come for your lesson, Clalin? Then heed well my words. The threat of superiority. Ah, how magnificent the intimidating power we yield. Flames sear the air, ice frosts the ground, and lightning flashes with blinding incandescence. But not all are cowed by our elemental fury. Ignite not your flames, summon not your ice, and strike not with your lightning. Know you this threat, and stay your hand against such foes. Once you cut away all the overblown imagery, the passage draws attention to an important tactic. A wise thaumaturgist does not engage in battle against opponents she cannot defeat. A fine example would be avoiding conflict with Uldad's multitude of fierce merchants. These soulless, ravening creatures are afflicted with the madness of insatiable avarice. Do you perhaps recall the crate of ether you retrieved from the Amalja bandits? Well, a number of irate peddlers have arrived at the guild with the gall to demand recompense for the few measly vials we emptied as our just reward. Alright, yes, we drank the entire bloody box, but the point is that the guild cannot presently afford to pay such a sum. Thus, I pass on to you the secret of my last and most potent defense. Shameless weeping. I'm not speaking of a few tears here. I want you to stride right up to these tyrannical traitors and cry your eyes out. Oh dear God. Really? Fine. Oh, yes. Alright, miss. I know you're the one who chased down those Amazon brutes for us. I'll let it go this one time for your sake. This is embarrassing. It's not that. I'm not angry at you, you understand? It's those 5 ether-addled brothers I take issue with. More like ether-addicted. You tell them the next time this happens, I'll have the price taken out of their unprincipled hides. you need to cry over a few vials of ether, lass. I'll tell you what. You dry your eyes for me, and I'll take care of the loss on my own purse. That was embarrassing. Slap. A masterful performance, Clalin. The sniffling was a nice touch. You will, however, encounter foes who are unmoved by such piteous wailings. Take this recent request, for instance, which I've nominated to serve as your next trial. A team of scholars have asked for Thermitage to destroy a cursed relic they unearthed known as Mormo's Urn. While pottery is, by and large, immune to tears, it is the Alacran thieves that subsequently stole it that concerns me. The Alacran are an organization of criminals not normally known for their gentle or understanding dispositions. Rather than attempting to engage an entire gang of thugs, I would suggest you neutralize the threat of your person with a well-timed sleep spell. The Alacran have been seen traveling in the southwest Drybone. Find them and destroy the urn they carry. I have sleep? Thought to get rid of that. I guess not. Alright. Let's go. Level 19. Alright, let's go. Guess we'll just be pressing the same button over and over again. Oh well. Alright, I'm playing Final Fantasy 14, people. Alright, let's go. Not there? Here it is, Mormo's Urn. Clalin, a moment, if you please. Pray allow me to shatter that urn. I thought if I assisted you with your task, then my brothers might finally deign to take me seriously. So I followed you. what have we got here then? A couple of nosy sand rabbits that are about to get skinned. Rabbits do. Oh dear God, where did they come from? Yeah? Are you part of my staff meeting? Or just... Yeah, you're dead, buddy. Oh, hey, buddy. Well, that was hard. What's next? That was simply incredible, Clalin. I wish I could wield the same sort of power. I became an alchemist in the hopes of creating some manner of mana amplifying elixir, but all my efforts have been for naught. The results have been far too mild to make any difference. I'll never be a thermatid like my brothers at this rate. I'll forever be the pitiful, powerless little sibling. Mormo's urn. If I destroy it, then maybe my family will see what I'm capable of. Wait! Don't you dare break my urn! What the? That piece of pottery just talked? Are you Mormo the Void Sent? Well, yes. I am Mormo. But I'm one of the nice Void Sents. It was the nasty ones that sealed me up in here for helping a mortal. If you'd be so kind as to open the lid of my urn, I'll be happy to grant you a wish. Anything you desire. Fortune? Fame? I'm not really interested in fame or fortune, but perhaps there's one thing. I'd like to have the etheric power to equal that of my brothers. Power, is it? A perfectly acceptable wish. In fact, I sense the latent power buried deep within your spirit. It'll be a simple thing for me to turn it loose. What more is there to think about? Open the lid. Open the lid. Of course, we think it's a perfectly normal thing. I had a bad thought there. It's a bit late. Well, I don't feel different at all. I think Mormo may have been lying. Come, Clalin. The time we were leaving. Oh, where were we supposed to break this urn? And that is that. Yes, this would be such fun. I mean, it'd be nice to return home after all this excitement. He's fine, folks. Welcome back, Clalin. I'm full glad to see you making a habit of not dying. Before we discuss your trial further, however, I would like to ask about Kokubushi. When I saw him a few minutes ago, he seemed odd. Well, odder than usual. Would you happen to know aught of it? He joined me at the trial. Bushi was at your trial? It is extraordinarily dangerous and foolish to interfere with the thaumaturgist's training. I also have to scold him more heartily. Such unpleasantness aside, I am impressed that you claimed victory in spite of this unexpected development. The teachings of the Yawning Abyss have served you well. With your experience and control thus demonstrated, I believe you're ready to add a new spell to your repertoire. Scathe. This elementally neutral blast of force will prove effective against all manners of opponents. As I am sure you are eager to test this incantation's efficacy, I shall grant you leave to return to your training. I pity the next hostile creature that crosses your path. Ho, 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 ho. Oh. Scathe. Before I continue, I'm going to get a slight drink. I shall return very soon. Clalin, you're safe. I fear to have fallen victim to the Mage Slayer. Have you not heard of the recent spat of gruesome killings taking place within Ul'dah? Each case involved at least one dead Thermitage, and every corpse is found bloody, battered, and utterly drained of etheric energy. Ill tidings aside, I'm glad to see you alive and glowing with vitality. It is time for you to delve into the final chapter of the Yawning Abyss. Kokoboha, our second youngest sibling, will read to you from the Threat of Perplexity. Greetings, Clalin. Are you once more prepared to peruse the pages of our power and peril? Then let us begin. The Threat of Perplexity. Ah, how magnificent the daunting power we wield. Flames pursue, ice transfixes, and lightning dances into the ranks of our enemies. But what terror descends when from all sides those ranks close. Flames are smothered, ice crushed, and lightning grounded. Know you this threat? Know you this threat, and where you the multitudinous foe. I'm not gonna bother saying that again. Is the point of this passage readily apparent? It would be most problematic, for example, say you meet this malefic Mage Slayer and he or she proves to be multiple murderers. What a Thermitage needs is a thick-set thrall, or courageous companion, what a Thermitage needs is a thick-set thrall, or courageous companion to accompany her in cases where collective cronies are expected. Now, as for your trial, Kokoboha, pray allow me to suggest a practical course for Clalin's training. The town is buzzing with news of yet more slaughtered Thermitages, their mutilated bodies found foul in the waters of Nafika's wells. I would have Clalin aid me in hunting down the culprit while the trail is yet fresh. Clalin may have tolerated your interruption at her trial the last time, Bootsy, but you are hardly the hardy henchman she needs to clear such a hazardous hurdle. Your concerns are understandable, brother. If you would allay your fears, I can introduce Clalin to a valiant warrior who recently entered my employ. You have secured the services of a stalwart swordsman, then that would indeed be in line with learning the lesson of the day, perhaps. Come now, Clalin. Let us be about our business before Kokoboha has a change of heart. I'll be waiting for you at Nafika as well. Was that Kokobushi? What are you doing? Looks like a chipmunk. That's the name, Stalwart Swordsman. Okay. The The Lalafell promised me a sack full of guilt to do what I do best, and that's keeping all the attention on me. Oh, Clalin, so good of you to come. My Rogadin friend here is a warrior I mentioned back at the ossuary. Now, there's no time to waste. Why don't you head into the stream and examine the bodies of the slain mages? I will get with you, but with my delicate stomach, I fear I might contaminate the scene. Remember, you're looking for anything that might help us track down this killer. I wonder who the killer is. The only time I'm picking up dead bodies again. Did you uncover anything incriminating? The blood smeared about the head is still sticky to the touch. The book appears to have been torn apart with something sharp like a claw. So much blood covered this piece of jewelry that it is impossible to tell from what it is made. The blood is yet slick to the touch. The slaughter must have been recent indeed. The villain may yet lurk nearby. Return to the creek where the bodies lay and linger for a time. I dare say your aura, saturated as it is with enticing etheric energy, will lure the mage slayer into the open. Have courage, Clalin. Our burly companion stands ready to leap to your aid. Another instance battle. Alright. Level 24. Soul Sucker Imp. Flash! Flash! 3 flashes! 4 flashes! 5! I think this tank so far. 5 flashes. Yeah, 2 don't have flash anymore. Why don't you put the big one to sleep? There, he's asleep. Fine. Happy, buddy? Not really that stalwart. Dude, I'd take better hits than you do. As a ninja, too. You know, black mage. It seems your partnership with our hired hand went splendidly. It is unfortunate, though, that one of the imps was able to flutter away. Oh, did you not notice? You wouldn't wish to report to Kokobo with your trial but half finished, would you? Of course not. I'm afraid, however, that the Rogadan has already collected his recompense and departed to the nearest alehouse. What to do, what to do. Hey, for those that are joining, thank you for joining. Hoping a fantastic Thursday evening so far. As you can tell, we're going through the Thermitage Black Mage quest. Thermitage right now, we're getting closer to the Black Mage portion. Surely a Thermitage of your caliber can handle a single MPS? If I'm not mistaken, it fled into that little cave over there. Hurry now, before it slips away into on some hidden crook or cranny. That is not Kokobushi. Well, it is Kokobushi, but a Kokobushi possessed by the voice that escaped from Mormo's urn. It was feeding on the etheric energy of all those slain Thermiturges. And you, my dear mana-rich Clalin, were to be next. I have wanted to absorb your delicious power since the moment we met. A pity. This has been such an amusing charade. However, did you see through it? I am Kokobushi's brother. How could I not? It's time I destroyed you, Mormo, and put a stop to these sinister killings. As the eldest, I must take responsibility for my family's misadventures. A coward like you? Destroy me? Your opening strike would have pierced my heart, but instead you aimed for the knife. Fear stayed your hand. Fear that slaying me will also slay your sibling. Poor spineless Thermitage. I, however, shall leave you with a pleasant thought. It was Kokobushi's fervent wish to amass his power. He craved the arcane strength to stand beside his brother as an equal. What a shame to must now stand against you. It pains me to admit, but there is some truth to that creature's word. I surrendered the perfect opportunity to end this. I betrayed my own teachings. Report to the ossuary and report the completion of your trial, Clalin. I will remain here for a time and gather my thoughts. Alright. Catching on the wind, round, fa la 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 la. Ah, Clalin. Kokabuki has advised me of your adventures. It seems the maid slayers slithered away, but your stint with the swordsman was nonetheless successful. Consider this chapter complete. Your time with our tome of teachings is at an end. Well, to be absolutely accurate, there is an addendum with additional advice, but Kokabuki considered it extracurricular. Even I dare not delve into the diabolical tomes. I do not yet deign to die, you understand? I have yet to inform my brothers of Kokabuchi's misfortune. I have yet to reconcile the maelstrom within my own mind. The most fundamental lesson the thaumaturgy demanded that I slay the creature where it stood. It was the most opportune moment to strike. Minimal risk and victory all but assured. How many more will suffer for my hesitation and my cowardice? It will likely take some time, however, before Momo resurfaces to kill again. Now that we have uncovered the deception, the Voidsent will seek a new hunting ground where Kokabuchi's face is unknown. And though the respite may be brief, I must devote this time to considering my next course of action. Pray leave me to my musings, Clalin. Ah, Clalin, I saw you coming this time. I've been more careful since Kokabuki told us that about that dreadful business with Kokabushi. We must locate our unfortunate sibling as soon as possible and deal with him. But Kokabuki is not his usual unflappable self. It frightens me to see our eldest so indecisive. It terrifies me, in fact. Perhaps you can speak with him and help banish this air of uncertainty. Clalin, long have I agonized over Kokabuchi's plight and the measures I might take to extradite him from it. I would not do to call upon my thaumaturge colleagues. No, they would simply seek to obliterate my brother outright. Our teachings from the yawning abyss saw no other alternative. There is, however, one tiny glimmer of hope. I have word that the scholars who requested the destruction of Mormo's urn have returned from their expedition. They are currently in Camp Drybone, blowing the ink dry of their collective findings regarding the wretched Voidsent. I would ask that you go to these experts of otherworldly phenomena and beg permission to peruse their work. Okay. If you seek the definitive work on Mormo, then seek no further. I have penned an in-depth analysis of the most cunning ritual, a method contrived by the mages of El to annihilate the soul of this especially potent Voidsent. When it comes to draining such a creature of its etheric energies, one must, but I've not the time to explain the intricacies of shaping arcane pottery. Here, take my chapter and read it at your leisure. Wish to learn of Mormo? right this instant, but we barely... How did you... Well, I suppose I could spare a copy of my writings. I've already prepared several extra sets to share with potential publishers. I can well understand your curiosity. Mormo is truly fascinating. Even among the oddities of the Voidsent, she is far too powerful to make use of the tiny holes that open between our realities, and thus must send across. She's far too powerful to make use of the tiny holes that open between our realities, and thus must send across only her spirit to possess a corpse or some other suitable host. You'll find it all explained here in the second chapter. Yay, second chapter! What are you reading, buddy? Looks like a soup or a stew or something. Must be up high, I guess. There you are. You're interested in reading our Book of Mormo? Of course, of course. It'd be a pleasure to share our findings with a fellow student of the Voidsent. Here is the first chapter, my own humble contribution to our research. It tells the tale of how we became aware of the creature's existence, and delves into the nature of the urn that imprisoned her fell power. Go. You have the 3 chapters of the Book of Mormo, a scientific study on the characteristics of the Voidsent seductress known as Mormo. The histories unearthed and the ruins of Sildi depict the suffering wrought by a singularly powerful Voidsent, the cunning and terrible seductress known as Mormo. With genius born of desperation, the mages of the now fallen city fashioned an urn that would drain and imprison the etheric vitality of any creature that laid a hand or claw onto it. Mormo, believing she was receiving a gift of appeasement from the beleaguered citizens, found her very essence drawn forth and trapped within the ensorcelled pot. Over the course of several centuries, the captive's etheric energy was intended to weaken and dissipate, allowing any surviving descendants to safely shatter the urn and thus destroy Mormo's innovated spirit. The pot's lid was never to be opened again. To do so would release the ravenous Voidsent, freeing her soul to enslave the nearest mortal vessel. As possession of this vessel is irreversible, the only mercy afforded such a host would be a swift and decisive demise. This explained Mormo's fixation on thermaturgicide. Kokabusi's body provided little arcane sustenance of the weakened Voidsent, forcing her to prey upon richer sources of ether to restore her hideous power. This morsel of information may prove most vital. In fact, it may be the only glimmer of hope our poor sibling has. Pray hand this work over to Kokobigo. I shall be along momentarily. This is a work devoted to the studying of that nasty Voidsent. I should hope it provides some hint of salvation. Kokabuki? These passages hold naught but misery and despair. It seems to have little choice but to employ our traditional approach. Though fraught with despair, there is one solution that promises an alternative to killing Kokabusi. If we fail, however, it will likely mean death for us all. Who is this mad mage that poses as our eldest brother? What of avoiding the threat, of eliminating the risk? Is that not how we thermaturges do battle? With each passing Mormo draws closer to her full strength. It pains me to even suggest it, but we should strike now. Kokabuki, while the Voidsent is yet feeble. I share that self-same sentiment. Sorrowful though it may be, we must slay our enslaved sibling, and soon. Listen, brothers, my solution is thus. In return of releasing Kokabushi from Mormo's thrall, I'll offer the Voidsent the chance to glute herself onto my mana. You cannot! That succubus will drain you to a lifeless husk, and such a feast will awaken her terrible magics. The well of my power is vast. I wager Mormo's thirst will be slaked before my spirit fully runs dry. And the newly enlivened Voidsent, she will then face the combined wrath of Clalin and 4 guildmasters of thaumaturgy. How can we hope to prevail against this paragon of preternatural potency? We have always avoided adversaries against whom we had held no advantage. The fault lies with me. Ever have I encouraged such avoidance and taught only the wisdom of certain victory. It is time we learn the courage to fight battles of unsure outcome. And it is you, Clalin, that I ask to instruct us. There is yet one chapter left in the Yawning Abyss, one that is customarily hidden from newer members. Undertake the trial found within and show my brothers what it means to be brave. How can you ask such a thing of poor Clalin, when even her guildmasters have yet to attempt that ghastly test? The arcane might you all possess is far greater than you believe. Clalin, once you deem yourself prepared for the lesson of the true final chapter, meet us in a hollowed hall of Thal's respite. Thal's balls. find you. Great. I regret having dragged you into our family's troubles, but I am confident that, with the many and terrible trials you have bested already, you will prevail once more. The hidden chapter of the Yawning Abyss presents a trial that challenges the accumulated knowledge and skills of a single Thaumaturge. You must employ all the tools at your disposal if you are to seize victory this day. Let the trial commence. Woo, let's go! Trial. Who am I fighting? Oh, there was no escape from this abyss. Alright. I'll kill this thing. Ah! It got me. Ah, whatever. Oh, I cannot stop shaking, but I think this may actually be excitement. Do you see now, my brothers? With the primal energies of thaumaturgy at your command, there is no threat that which you cannot overcome. Perhaps there is a chance to save Kokobushi. I need to reconsider some of my strategies. It seems we have been wasting our potential. I would never have believed it possible for a mage to show such courage and live. What a wonder Clalin was. I feel my fingers itching to flame fire with a fury. Imagine, my siblings, what towering enemies you might topple should you stand firm, together. Thank you, Clalin. Your inspiring display of magecraft that set the minds of my brothers reeling with new possibilities. Let's now return to the guild and discuss what is to come. Alright, let's go. Return. Boom. what a formidable team you all shall make. Kokobigo, Kokobani, Kokobeji, Kokoboha, Clalin. Even more must wither before the onslaught of your combined thaumaturgy. But before we can engage the Voidsent, perhaps some time is needed for my brothers to unlearn their ingrained inclinations. Meanwhile, I suggest you hurl yourself into the chasm of your studies. Your fearless thaumaturgy is a beacon to us all. Fortune has favored us. Clalin. Kokobushi has been spotted at Vesper Bay. We cannot let this opportunity pass by. Head there with all due haste. And with you, take these descriptions of my brother's likeness and Mormo's mannerisms. Relay this information to some of the local residents and see what you can find. Right, I'm gonna take a chocobo for this. Vesper Bay. Da. Yep, pray, wake, return to the waking sands. Dear God. Alright, NPC time. And? So I'm thinking, do for you, stranger. This square parchment contains information on Kokobushi the Cross. Now that you mention it, I did see Lala who matches this description, who's watching the affairs come in with more than a patent interest, looking to hire some adventurers of some sort, I reckon. Hello. we indoors? Aha. The squatting waiter? Welcome to the Piss Pice, love. Welcome to the Piss Pice, love. What can I get you? Ah, information, is it? Aye, that little bloke is in here, bringing a blush to all the young maiden's cheeks. What he lacked in height, he certainly made up for in baldness. Left with more than one lash on his arm, he did. You okay, buddy? Alright, well, I'll just continue on. I was looking here. I'm on these rooftops. Nope. Next building. There you are. What's that, miss? You see, you're looking for someone. I believe I saw your Lalafon in the company of a couple of adventurers hailing from Linz to Laminza. A marauder and a thermitage. Rather hazard, I guess. I guess they're talking about seeing the area north of here? No! The thermitage. Sir Mormo has chosen this as her new hunting ground. The maiden seduced by the succubus will be prepared as vessels to hold her fully restored power. I fear they will have already been slain. As for the adventurers, well, I think you can imagine what Mormo intends for the thermitage. We must find and warn these unwitting Laminsans before the Voidsent strikes again. You were told that they might be headed north, yes? It would be best for you to follow suit. Go. Still here. Still here, somewhere close. Oh, hello. Thanks, lass. Ugh, me head. That little bastard said he'd give us the grand tour of Ul'dah. It's been grand, alright. Please. He took me further north. I think he was muttering something about moon drip. Clalin, what has befallen? I sense the presence of voice in it, but it appears you have things well in hand. Mormo is in Moondrip? A fitting place for the battle to come. It is time to finish this, my brothers. Kokubushi will be a slave to that fiend no longer. Right. Let's go. I shall approach Mormo first, as we discussed. If the bargain proceeds smoothly, and the Voidsent feasts on my proffered mana, then she should soon manifest in her demonic form. Once Mormo is fully present within this realm, that is when you unleash the seething power of the Abyss. Though after lecturing for so long on how a Thermitist should avoid such threats, I yet hold doubts as to whether such a direct conflict is the correct path. Clalin, in your experience, what do you consider to be a Thermitist's greatest strength? Overwhelming destructive might. Yes, there are none who can match her prosperity for fiery ruin. We need not run from danger, but rather employ her unrivaled powers to incinerate all that seek to do us harm. I am decided. My fate awaits me. I have faith that no matter what becomes of me, you will succeed in destroying Mormo, ending her threat to this realm. Let's go. Burn him to the ground. Enough, Mormo. Well, well. If it isn't the elder of the cowardly Thermitist brothers. I thought you'd be busy whimpering under your bed, wishing that I'd just disappear. I've come to offer you a deal. I know you seek the etheric energy needed to substantiate your true form, but how much time do you intend to waste feeding on these lesser mages? Compared to these stripling sorcerers and their trembling arcane flames, my power is as a blazing sun. Would you not prefer to take what I give you? Drain my strength and assume your rightful appearance. I'm sure you think me as a coward, but that is of no consequence. I only wish for Kokubushi returned to us unharmed. You are wise, acquiesced mage. Oh my. At long last, my true body, my true power is mine once more. I believe a stretching of old arcane muscles is in order. No, you don't avoid scent. We won't let you leave here alive. So you risk your lives in the valiant rescue attempt? You should not bet what you're not prepared to lose. I shall tear the ether from your very marrow. Oh, full of vigor now, aren't they? Who's using provoke? I don't mind tanking, it's fine. There we go. We won? We won! Victory is ours! Kokobushi, Marmo is dead! Where am I? Thank oh, you're awake, Kokobuki. Kokobushi is returned to us. Our sibling has yet to stir from this somnolent stupor. Buki? His etheric channels have contracted. They are barely sufficient to sustain the flow of his life force. If we do not increase his capacity of ether soon, his vitality would drain away completely. My mana amplifying potion. Its potency is limited, but it might just be enough. See, the battle ended. As I expected. You did it, Kokobushi! Your alchemy saved him! And we would not have prevailed without you, Clalin. We would bear our brother back to the ossuary. Pray meet us there, that we might properly express our gratitude. Thermite will be almost finished, and then we jump into Black Mage. Thank you, Clalin. After seeking refuge in the comforting shadows of the abyss for so long, I lost sight of the blazing glory of which thaumaturgy is capable. The raw power and audacity of your magecraft has freed my brothers and me from our self-imposed cowardice. I thought Thal themselves had his fingers at my throat, but this sensation of hard-won supremacy is strangely satisfying. As for you, Kokobushi, you are our brother and our respected colleague. I hope you never again underestimate the precious power you yield. Clalin, you have exceeded all my expectations. In recognition of your outstanding growth as a Thaumaturge, I shall impart to you one of the Guild's most closely guarded techniques. Mana Ward. It is a defensive weaving of energies that blunts the force of any attack it made against you. I'm sure you can understand why we do not teach this secret to every stray hedge wizard who chooses to join our ranks. Now that you have experienced the deadliest threats and the joy that comes with their obliteration, I am certain you are eager to explore just how deep you might descend into the chasm of thaumaturgy. May your struggles bring wisdom, and your wisdom bring courage. I, for one, look forward to hearing of your future thaumaturgical endeavors. Mana Ward! And that is the end of Thaumaturge. Now let's jump into Black Mage to continue where we on our quest for this. Kukuruka Tataruka, a prisoner confined in the Marasaja's pit, has relayed a prophetic message to the Thaumaturge's Guild concerning you. The seal on the Void Gate will be broken, and only she, bearing the gem of Shatoto, can hope to close it. Having received said crystal from the sands of Thanalin, you must take the black and harness your newfound powers that the realm may be spared. Cool. Let us begin. Clalin, I have been waiting for you, in a way. Please let me explain. Do you know of the Marasaja pit? It is a prison here in Ul'dah. In prison, a man would do most anything to keep his mind occupied. Of late, one inmate claims to have heard the voice of Nal Thal. No doubt he has lost his mind after serving 100 years of a life sentence. But he knew of you by name, Clalin, and maintains that traitors demand you win the Gem of Shatoto and exchange it for his release. A farce, no doubt. I make it for nothing more than a maniacal ravings of a cell-crazed, sweaty-toothed madman. But I fear the only way to be sure is to free him of the pit. The prisoner's name is Kukuruka Tataruka, and as if his story were not proof enough of his lunacy, he also styles himself a black mage. But such magic was lost to Eorzea centuries ago. Who does this senile charlatan think he will fool with such rubbish? Nevertheless, he has invoked the name of Nal Thal, and so the Order feels it unwise to ignore his words. Though I am still no believer, you have come as he said you would. So let us get to the bottom of this, shall we? It may be that you are an agent of fate, or perhaps you merely are a crooked old man's accomplice. In either case, I ask that you travel to Highbridge in eastern Thanalin. Seek out the planar fissure, a rift between this world and the next. Fell whatever beast might lurk there, and water the earth with their blood. According to our jailed mummer, doing so will give rise to the Gem of Shatoto. The gem is no more than a pretty stone of often mentioned in bedtime stories and tales of fairies. We shall see if it truly exists. I shall await your findings here. Return to me when the deed is done. I always want to say Shantoto because there's just so many references to her. For those unsure, Shantoto comes from Final Fantasy XI. For those that played Dissidia, you can probably readily know her. She is the representative of Final Fantasy XI. She's depicted in many resources as a black mage with a somewhat sadistic personality. She is a good guy. She is a good girl. She does fight for good. She just tends to take sadistic pleasure in what she does, and she is very, very, very confident in what she can do and what she will do. She earned notoriety in 11 for her... 1, for her actions, 2, for her manner of speech. As in, she'll rhyme, but in a way that can be unnerving. They even went so far as in its 4th expansion, Wings of the Goddess, which is set 20 years prior to the timeline of 11. During the Crystal War, I think Shantoto was exiled, or no, it was hard to work with Shantoto. So essentially, she went on her own with a manservant or servant of some sort, or someone to accompany her. There was a battle against Quados, or I forget exactly what she was fighting. Or it was the allied nations of Altana who were having difficulty fighting off mobs. I think it was Quados. Then she just comes strolling in, just destroying mob by mob with her magic. When everyone else is struggling to fight, she just waves her hand, boom, boom, boom. Like it was just a regular Tuesday. Yeah, she earned her name. And the city, especially the city NT, from what I understand, she throws spades nicely. Anyways, let's continue on. The planar fisher. Oh no! Deep void souls! Fire! Fire! And more fire! Oh, hello. And goodbye. The cold blood of a creature not of this world. For some unknown reason, the humors will not coagulate. Thermitage, hear me. The hell you want? Put up your weapon, friend. Kazakh Shah means you no harm. So you were the one of whom Kukuruka's prophecy speaks. By your hand was the blood of these creatures spilt upon this earthen vein, was it not? Then you have earned this gem of Shatoto. Take it. You will know what to do with it when the time comes. With this, my part is done. Farewell, for now. Black Mage Stone. The gem of Shatoto. 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 This one might actually last a little bit longer than 3 hours. This one has you travel quite a bit. Maybe, we'll see. Well, you certainly smell as though you've been off spilling blood. But it'll take more than a waft of foulness to convince me you're an agent of divine will. I take it yours was an eventful journey? Yep. It is exactly as described in the tales. Could it truly be the gem of Shatoto? Dwells be good. I can feel the magic pulsing within it. The tales tell that only souls blessed by the grace of Nalthal are entrusted with the keeping of the gem. This is beyond mere coincidence. I must investigate further. And you must assist me, Clalin. This now involves you as much as any other. Still, I cannot shake my inner skeptic. If Kukuruka-sama made contact with the outside world, he may be manipulating adventurers such as yourself for ends yet unknown to us. I will call an emergency council of the order. Please wait here. That will not be necessary. Kukuruka, what are you doing here? How have you escaped the pit? Watch your tongue, you insolent fool. Master has passed a century in meditation communing with Nalthal. You will address him with the proper respect. The jailers of the Maharaja pit are very different from the heretics of your order. Suffice to say, they had wisdom enough to listen. Must I remind you again that the will I speak is that of Nalthal himself. The true criminal is he who ignores the words of a god. Beware, Kukuruka. The 12 seldom spare those who claim their voice. This mummer's farce will bring disaster to us all. The cause of the disaster to come will be no words of mine, of that to be sure. Nalthal spoke unto me. By his own declaration, the seal on the void gate will be broken. Once thrown open, it will be closed once more by none other than she who bears the gem of Shatoto. I speak of you, Clalin Seraph. The gem you hold is the mark of a mage of the black. With it in hand, you must now set forth to gather the keys needed to seal the void gate. Wait, you can't, you don't have the right to, I just can't let this happen. Silence, you hallowed, painted prig. Those who do not listen shall not be heard. You take for yourself the title of Thaumaturge, so I will not suffer you to claim ignorance. You know as well as any the existence of a netherworld rife with shadow monstrosity, the Void. As the power of the Void waxes, the barrier between it and our world wanes. Eventually that barrier will falter and the Void Gate will open. Once it has, only the black magic of Eld can reseal it. This is sacrilege. As one who now commands the forces of destruction, I bid you go forth, Black Mage. The gem of Chateau is our sigil, the mark of the Magi, devoted to the true dark art. In it, you already possess the first key required to seal the Void Gate. See the Void Gate sealed. You have taken the black, but time is needed before the black takes you, before it permeates mind and body and colors every fiber of your being dark as pitch. Visit Milvaneth's aquarium and hear the words, and there hear the words of Lalai. Do not fear the power to destroy. Master it, and with it destroy that which would destroy you. Okay. Bye. Master is meditating in his chambers, for Naldal always speaks, and Master must listen. He has entrusted me with guiding you on your path, but you must walk alone yet. Come again when the black has grown stronger within you. Yay, Black Mage unlocked! Mana font. Alright, let's get this properly done now. I sense the black magic within you has grown stronger, Clalin. You have earned the right of my audience. I am pleased to see that you do not fear your newfound powers, but then you adventurers were ever wont to embrace the new. You are now ready to set forth on your journey, to find the keys required to seal the Void Gate. Hear me well, for mine are Master's own words and those of Naldal himself. The next key requires the blood of sacrifice. Travel to the Saguli Desert in southern Thanalan. Slay what fiends emerge from the planar fissure there and slake the land's thirst with their lifeblood. Once drunk, its essence shall borne away upon the ethereal veins of the earth, and thence serve to notify our friends in the wastelands that the time has come. Complete the task before you, and the Black Mage's testimony you carry will shine full with a new light. Light to envelop and absorb evil. Light to show you destruction and guide you to righteousness. This light is the key. Take it into you, where it will forever burn bright. That is all. Do you understand and accept what you must do? Apparently I have no choice. Let's go. Teleport. I thought Fallen Wizard joined in the mix. He's dead too. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Same thing as before. Void Scent Blood. It is done then, but the blackness you have awoken has yet to settle within you. Time is needed, Clalin. Pray be patient. Continuing to practice your mastery of the arcane, and come to me once more when the dark art is as much as you are it. Blizzard 3! Clalin, I see in your eyes the look of a woman prepared to take on the daunting responsibilities of the Black Mage. There are few who know of our existence, and even among those versed in the ways of magic, you will not find mention of us in all but the most historic of texts. Yet the secrets of our black art lie encrypted here, within the forbidden library of the Sacrarium. Master himself deciphered and read the text some 100 years past. It is said the first of our kind were the favorite of Nalthal, and it was he who entrusted them with the duty of sealing the Void Gate. But as you well know, the power of black magic lies in its great potential for destruction. The slightest errancy in its use may give rise to the most tragic of disasters. Of the disappearance of the Black Mages from Eorzea, Master says only, we must not repeat the errors of the past. Clalin, Master made known to me what it is you must do, what you must next do. Listen to his words now with all your being. The land has drunk deep of the blood you spilled, and by this act 3 souls of 3 races to Thanalan have come. The fires of our order once burned black and full, yet long ago they were left to wane and very nearly die. These 3 souls are the keepers of the embers that remain, of all that we are now. In the hands of one who will usher our return, the gem of Shatoto, testimony of our creed, will shine with new light. And by that light, the 3 keepers will be made your allies. An Almalja by the name of Kazak Shah awaits at Burgundy Falls in the east of Thanalan. Go to him. That is all. Dwell not in the fact that the Almalja are the sworn enemies of Ul'dah. It is not your place to question Master's will, for it is the will of Nalthal himself. Go forth, Black Mage, and see the Void Gate sealed. Welcome, Mikote, chosen of Kukuruk and bearer of the gem of Shatoto. By the gem's power do our paths cross once more. At last the time spoken of in the prophecy has come, and yet I know nothing of she who would guide us. Come, tell me your name. Clalin Seraph. I am Kazag Shah, a sorcerer of the Amal Jah, as were my forebears. I am the fourth of my line to walk this path, which brings me now to this land. As you well know, my kind bear the scorn of the Uldans. It is for that reason that I must remain here, far from the city walls. Great power this one has, but enough is it? Walk. Kazak Shah, the terrifying to behold, yes, but he is both wise and kind. Good, warm, kind. These are my brethren in the black, Clalin, and now they are yours as well. Before you stand the Ixal, Dazan Malak, and the 269th Order Mendicant of the Kobolds, Daza. You have fed the ethereal current with the blood of fiends. That the gem of Shatoto radiates as it does in your presence is proof of your deeds and a sign of what must yet be done. It falls to me to bear witness to your awakening and to pass on to you the knowledge entrusted to me. Know that you must face death before your purpose can be fulfilled. It is to the Silent King in Western Thanon that you must next journey. There too lies a plainer fissure, and there too must you slake the land's thirst with the blood of the fiends which surge forth from it. Fear not, for each of us shall journey to the Silent King and there convene once more. Seek out first the Ixal Dazal Malak, for your path is destined to first cross with his. When the deed before you is done, the gem of Shatoto shall shine with new brilliance. Dazal Malak. Close, Planner Fisher. Strong black magic you need. To close, then come to Zalamak once more. You close, then come to Zalamak once more. What? Alright. I guess I'm using Fire 2 again. Ooh, maybe not. Between the lines. I don't even have ley lines unlocked. What am I doing between the lines? Kazak Shah spoke true. Clalin, black, strong, and Clalin. You go now. Go see Daza. Daza? Here lies the Planner Fissure. Rift, tear, fissure. Use the power within you to seal it. Oh yeah. It is as FFXIV foretold. You are chosen, Clalin. You must return to him now. Yes, yes. Return and tell FFXIV the deed is done. Ended. Over. Done. Oh, yeah. Good, don't think we'll go there for this. This one level 40. Yes. You have done well, Clalin, as I knew you would. Come, it is time now to return to Burgundy Falls. Yay, Burgundy Falls. Maz? Shiny on here. I think that's an S rank. No, it's just an A rank. Let's try and beat this one. This is gonna be a bonus one. Hey, buddy. Ah, boy, I'm petrified. This is, I guess I should have gotten out of that. Man, I can, this is not what I expected, just be locked into this. Can I be let out, please? Thank you. There you go. That was an A rank that you can solo. Petrification has a unique effect in this game where it will stop you whether you're in the air or not, and sometimes that can create some very distinct poses. Clalin's Wrath of the Black, you return to me victorious. The gem of Chateau burns bright. You were indeed the heiress to a dark and ancient power, as Kukuruka foretold. I am reminded of a prophecy my great-grandfather uttered long ago. When four magi meet in a barren land, black powers of Eld, woven by their hand, shall see the fate of wickedness made dark, and the path to light made lit by dark. The black powers of Eld requires no explanation, and know that the wickedness refers to their evil birth by the void. That the seal holding the void gate shut will falter and fail is beyond doubt, yet your deeds speak of determination and ability, and in them I spy hope. I have learned all of you that I must. I bestow upon you the knowledge kept by my line, here and now. I speak an oath to discharge old grudges. By our power combined, the void gate will be sealed anew. You have brought this old Amaljan much happiness. Few believe the words of my great-grandfather. He was mocked and ridiculed, and worse, ignored. Yet your coming has fulfilled the prophecy he spoke. Clalin, the dark magic coursing through you, shares a deep bond with the void gate. Should that portal be cast open, you will come to great peril. Temper yourself, both in mind and body. When you are ready, return to this land and seek me out once more. Then, and only then, will I speak to you of your next task. Freeze! I think that's where I had it. Nah. Good enough spot for now. Clalin, it is well you are here. My colleagues Dazal Malak and Daza would have words with you. Wait here while I fetch them. To close void gate, strong magic you need. Ready for a test, are you? Yes. Very good. Squawk. You have sharp senses, like Dazal. Dazal. Noticed, have you? Your aura. Strangeness it has. Strangeness it has. Now the void gate. Gloom it makes, like black breath. Gloom drawn to black magic. Drawn to you, like moth to flame. Black magic seeks to corrupt and make own. Losing strength seal is. Black magic and void gate share bond. Very deep. But must not leave too long, else other side maybe take you. No fear yet, still weak gloom is. Time you have. Strong Clalin went find next key. Teach you Dazal will, what must do. Many black mages there were, long ago. One more powerful than rest, very powerful. Epic even, epic black mage. Black magic too powerful, too dangerous. Wrong hands must not have. Know this he did, ciphered spells, hid well. Dark way passed to few, very few. Teaching, writing spread over realm, lost to time they were. Forgotten, one carved in stone, stone of mossy pillar in south shroud, scrack. Chosen Clalin is chosen. Unleash power of this black magic you can. Key it is, key to end of gloom. Knowledge of my line this is, passed to Dazal from mother of mother, from mother of mother of mother. 4 hatchlings passed, strong maid she was, epic even, epic maid. Great love for dark art, more than anything, joined with Lizardman to learn all. Named betrayer she was, chased from village, squawk. Her words Dazal keeps. Teach the strong Clalin now. 4 magi meet in barren land, old black powers they have in hand. Fate of all wicked be made stark, path to light when lit by squawk. That her squawk, not Dazal squawk. Should be dark, Dazal thinks. Good word, deep words. Bring Dazal here they did, to pass on. Not Dazal alone, others come too, other mages. Birdman, Lizardman, no matter. All wait for strong Clalin. Strong mind you have, and heart. Help you Dazal will. Go to Redana you must, to Earth's gift. Near pillar lurking beasts, there are, slay them you must. No need fear beasts, strong Clalin is strong. Daza, squawk! I too am here to lend my aid. Help, hand, aid. What danger for Dazal? For Ixal, whalers wait with sharp spears. Go in place that does I will. Decided, it is. Go now, you all. Squawk! Battle time. The stone pillar covered in moss rises here. The gem of Shatoto shines bright, revealing an inscription in the stone. As you approach it, you hear a voice ring out. By the gem thou bearest shall the great and dark powers of El be bestowed upon thee. But those who seek this power must first prove their worth. Behold, the gloom that would be thine undoing cometh. Slay the golems encroached by thy hand. Only then shall the unbroken wisdom of the ages be gifted unto thee. Okay. That voice spoke true. Look, the gloom gathers, Clalin. I sense there be fiends of evil about, nearby, close, about. Alright, that was it. Well fought. The gloom is scattered. Scattered is the gloom. Let's return to Burgundy Falls. Yes, yes. Dazal Malak, wait a... Dazal Malak, await us. You, me, us. This is actually maybe one of the longest job quests that I've done so far. Paladin was around 2.5 hours, and I think I put it around for around 15-20 minutes of that. Previous monk took about a good 2 hours and 45 minutes, give or take. I have to look at the number again. This is encroaching. On that mark. Been streaming for this. Oh, we're gonna be beyond that. So far, this will be the longest one, yeah. Gone from you, gloom is. Were we not Dazal did squad? Now go see Kazakh Shah, you must. Awaiting you. Awaiting you, he is. Gods are good to you. The gods are good to return you unharmed. The gloom which threatened to taint this world does so no more. And since the darkness within you is reborn with a new power. Wield it well, Clalin of the Black. Make of it a tool for our ends. Do that, and the prophecy speaks. The way the light shall be lit by darkness before you. Thunder 3. Clalin of the Black, our brother Daza has words for you. Pray wait a moment for him to arrive. You have reclaimed the key. You have reclaimed the key from the depths of the shroud. Wood, forest, shroud. Yes, you have done well. Very, very well. You are truly the Black Mage of foretold by legends, oracle, prophecy, legend. It was such a legend that of my people that brought me to this Thanalan. Such is what legends do. When four magi meet in barren land, black powers of El woven by their hand shall see the fate of the wickedness made dark, and the path to light shall be lit by dark, black shadow, dark. You have heard these words before, yes, yes. And here I found Kazakh Shah and Dazal Malak. The words that brought us to Thanalan are the same, equal, identical, same. It was 100 years ago that a kobold first deciphered the legend, decrypted, decoded, deciphered. The great mage who did it was my own ancestor, First Order Patriarch Dagu. Yes, yes, my very own. But he broke kobold law. The first patriarch must never leave Okamoro. No, no, never. But leave he did. He set out from Lanosha to pursue this legend, and for that he was named traitor, betrayer, turncoat, traitor. None were drawn to the word of Dagu. No, no, not a single kobold soul. They ignored his word. When I first heard of him, I felt strange, peculiar, odd, strange. I felt I must do something. I could not live. I could not simply be idle. I, too, left Lanosha just as Dabu before me. Yes, and I have come here to Thanalan. Now, I see the legend is real. Yes, the words kept by Kazakh Kra, Dazal Malak, and myself are true. You have appeared. That is no coincidence. No, no, none at all. I am a kobold. Yes, yes, I am, and we kobolds are good at finding things. Treasures, trinkets, things. I'll help you where I can. Dago left behind many things when he left. Many, yes, many things. I was given a stone tablet. The others in my family thought it was rubbish, dross, refuse, rubbish. Its surface had many scratches, you see. Yes, many. But I sense in it a great power. Here. It may give stone, your gem, the light illuminated. May give your gem, the light. It is illuminating the tablet. The scratches are growing? Mighty Titan, these are those are no scratches. No. Those scratches, not scratches at all. They are carvings, words. Know thee, brave keeper of Shatoto's light, as these words were waxed plain to thy sight. The seal that which doth shudder and sigh, and the void gate's dread sundering draws nigh. To ward against the creeping of the gloom, thou needest great garb to slay thy doom. To the sacred wear thy thoughts must now trend. Onto my black comrade's darkness which shall bend. The tablet was more important than I imagined. Yes, much more. It seems to say one who chose the void gate must learn that the secret garb, gear, armor, garb, and the names of the places are written here as well. Yes, there are 4 places I know. You would do well to set out and gather the first relics. Legend speaks to this. It holds that an offering of blood must be given to the planter fishers, the blood of those who live life steeped in the black. Only then can a relic be worn. Here, take with you an offering of my blood, Clalin. You need the Zol's blood too, you do. Take quick, squawk before change mind. And here is mine, mine. I would trust it to no other. But be warned, one does not simply walk into these places. There are great dangers within. Do be careful, yes? Very careful. Yeah, I'm getting tired here. So this will be the last. This and the next quest will be the last quest I do. At that point, Black Mage should be complete. The Malodorous lifeblood of the Amalja Black Mage is so dark a red it almost appears black. Alright. The lifeblood of the exiled Black Mage. For some unknown reason, the humors will not coagulate. Thin like lifeblood of the Kobold Black Mage. For some unknown reason, the humors will not coagulate. What am I doing standing around? Yeah, I get tired here, but I gotta finish this. Could run the last couple of steps here, so it's not essentially stopping. One sec, folks. I have awaited your return, Clalin. I have learned what it is that the fourth relic of our forebears rest, the land known as Thal's Respite. There are two lies of plainer fisher, into which the blood of the fiends at birth must be poured. There you go. One at a time this time. The warm blood of an adventurer whose adventuring days are now done. For some unknown reason, the humors will not coagulate. The first four relics are now in your keeping, yet the final piece remains, and our efforts to learn where it rests have been to no avail. The dark which empowers at times obscures, such is its nature. Daza claims his tablet names the solace of the gods as the location we seek, but none among us has ever heard of such a name, or tell of such a name. When a power worthy to relics claim takes root in one of the righteous ended name, the solace of the god will be made known, and the last seed of the black mage be sown. Daza insists his reading is correct, and both Dazal and I trust in his ability. We will endeavor to decode these words, and that you might see your quest to an end. The day of the void's opening shall come. Until then, Clalin, I ask only that you continue to walk the path of the black. You have gathered the first four artifacts, Clalin. That is no small feat. Yet I fear little time remains. If the tablet of Daza's great ancestor is to be believed, there is yet one more. I'm tempted to seal the Void Gate before you have found them all. Would be the height of folly. Our search for the solace of the gods continues. I've gone through all the records left by my great-grandfather, yet have discovered little. The only seemingly relevant passage I found was his last. He put it to paper some 100 years ago, just before bidding farewell to his home. The true power of destruction will be awoken in the most sacred of places. The power of destruction is black magic, of course, but as to what is meant by this awakening, I fear I'm at a loss. You believe that Daza's and Dizzle and Melok's ancestors might know more? To be sure, they were witness to the same events, and it is true that they too left their homes 100 years ago and were damned for traitors. It could be mere coincidence, but no, I do not think that likely. I see this foreshadows our doom. Should you find aught else, I beseech you to tell me at once. I will continue to search for answers. The tablet seems to suggest that the way to the solace of the gods and the final relic will be made known in time. Yet we can scarce afford to wait idly by. Both Dizzle, Melok, and Daza understand this urgency and have already returned to their respective homelands to delve into the matter. And now to your next task. You must return to he who first bound our four fates together, the prophet Kukuruka. Perhaps his words can guide us once more. Clalin, you must help. Kukuruka has disappeared. That man is no messenger of Nothal. He is a miscreant and a charlatan, one guilty of the most heinous of crimes. None had seen him for days. I became worried and entered his chambers to see that he was well, though he prohibited me from doing so. While I found only evidence of his deception. The records he had hidden were damning. I know not why he was condemned as I now know why he was condemned as the greatest criminal of his day. 100 years passed. He conspired with Magi from the Beast tribes to summon a creature known as Barbatos, a monstrosity that was meant to destroy all of Eorzea. Their plot was discovered by the order of Nothal, and the Void Kit was sealed with Barbatos. Before Barbatos could emerge, Kukuruka was cast into the Matasaja pit for his crime, where he was to rot until his final breath. The order was loth to let word of this spread, fearing others might someday seek to succeed where Kukuruka failed, and so they left no record of the plot save for a few inscrutable documents, parchments intelligible only to those to whom the secret was known. These were the last words I found among the scribblings. 4 is the answer. 4 spells of black, 4 artifacts of Eld. The blood of 4 races, by 4 alone shall the true power of destruction be woken from the Void Gate. Clalin, black magic is not the key to sealing the Void Gate. It is the key to opening it. Kukuruka used us to revive this dark art and now means to finish what he began a century ago. What fools you were to believe his lies. Please, Clalin, you must stop him before it is too late. Hurry to Thal's reflection in southern Thanalan. Alright, let's continue on with this. Let's go, proceed. Rah! Yo, did Steve that's all you ask? Well, I pay you well. You are one of Hitali Milok's yet, are you not? Mother, 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 her name you know? And you, Amalja, yes, you are of the line of Gazib Cha, I can see it. And Kobold, though your veins course the blood of Dagu, through your veins course the blood of Dagu, does it not? Last but not least, the Black Mage Clalin. Splendidly done. Few could have vanquished Barbados as you have. No doubt you're all eager to hear what truly transpired 100 years ago. Being a kindly soul, I shall tell you. I was an ambitious mage in my youth, insatiable in my thirst for knowledge for the arcane. In the course of my studies, I discovered ancient writings which told of a black magic, a magic capable of destroying as only the gods can. I was innocent at first until it wasn't. And then questions began to arise in my mind that demanded answers. Where had all the black mages of old gone? Why was the existence of the art been hidden? And so I probed endlessly, tirelessly. The more I uncovered, the more it drew me in. It was such power to be had. I'm not merely ambitious, I'm also vainglorious. I desired recognition, deference. By accomplishing that which no other could, I sought to make my legacy an eternal one. Yet the pursuit of black magic was trying. I would pass days, weeks, months at a time, unsure on how to proceed. And what little progress did come came, but slowly. It was then that I met your ancestors. The gem of Shatoto, the power to sense magic, the relics, all these things I owe to them. With their vast knowledge, the slow crawl of my studies turned to leaps and bounds. I dare say your ancestors sought the same recognition as I. Kazib Shah, ridiculed by the Amal Shah for his ingenious analysis of worldly phenomena. Hitali Malak, named a pariah for not sharing in the small-minded prejudices of the exile. Dagu, a victim of his kind's idiocy, bound never to leave the land of the kobolds. We toiled together, learning what we could, and learned we did. Much and more, imagining we had gleaned all that was to be known, we prepared to hold a dark rite, one we believed would restore black magic to its fullest expression. I do not know what came over me. I was blinded by my own lust for power. I altered one of the incantations. It was arrogant, foolish. Our command over the ancient powers we summoned was lost. I watched as the chaotic ether washed over my friends, ripping them apart, only to fuse them together as an abomination. No, you couldn't mean that thing we just saw. Yes, when I saw what my hubris has created, I mustered all my strength to see Barbados seal behind the void gate. Sealed, yet not defeated. Yet I felt myself corrupted by the ether and was unsure whether I could hold my powers in check. Fearful, I returned to Old Dala, where I manipulated the minds of a few thaumaturges of the Order into believing I committed some terrible crime. Only with me confined to the depths of the Maharasaja pit could the realm be safe. And there I remained, waiting for the coming of one with the power to purify the ether of those three friends with whom I once shared a dream. I do not expect your forgiveness, but I am truly sorry. No word does all have, squawk, only squawk. I'm not long for this world. Here, take this relic while I still have the strength enough to offer it. The fifth artifact? Yes, the fifth! Welcome to the solace of the gods. Perhaps you know it better as Thal's of knowledge reflection as most do. Truly remarkable, Clalin. You have succeeded where many great mages have failed. Mastered what we thought to master. I can now rest, knowing that this power is safe with you. It is for you to set the hatreds of the past aright. My time to join Thal has come. May he greet me as a friend. Then it is over. Finished. Ended. Over. We did all we could, and the souls of Kukuruka and the others have been saved. The legends carried by my forebears have had their final chapter written this day. I confess there is sadness in that. I am proud to call you friend, Clalin, brethren, sister, friend. Now and always, no matter how divergent our paths from here. Yes, you are a true mage of the Black Dao. Pray grace we kobolds in Lenosha with your presence someday. Such an old plan this was. Fulfill with promise, Kukuruka did. Mother of mother, forgiven Kukuruka has she has? Squawk, think so, Dazal does. Finished, this story is. Had much fun, Dazal did. Like mother of mother, grand fun she had too, Dazal hopes. Farewell, Clalin. We meet again someday, Dazal hopes. Squawk. To think, Kukuruka carried that anguish 100 years. 100 long years. His crime was born of the hubris of youth, yet his atonement came from the wisdom of old age. His soul has found peace, and it is not our place to linger and disturb it. Come, let us return to Burgundy Falls. Things have come to an end, it would seem. Both the thread which bound us all, and this tragic tapestry they wove. Most mysterious things these lives we lead. Do you recall when the words of so many legends and prophecies first brought to me? It was here, at these same Burgundy Falls. We have spoken much here since then, yet I never imagined this day would come. I stand before you, now with no regrets. I am grateful to the gods for letting our paths cross. The Zomelok, Daza, and you, Clalin Seraph. I count you all as my brethren in black. Together we have seen the souls of our ancestors given peace, and I, too, now feel a happiness I have never known. You have become a true black mage, my friend. And now, and more than that, a true friend. A true friend, black mage. Let the dark art we share be a symbol of our bond, and that undying and shadow of light by day or night. And with that, oh, maybe not yet. Flare. And with that, this is the end of Black Mage for Final Fantasy XIV. The first part of Black Mage for Final Fantasy XIV's A Realm Reborn. We're gonna travel us back to Ul'dah. So the first 3 jobs in Ul'dah have been finished. Paladin, Gladiator Paladin, Pugilist Monk, and finally, and currently, Thermagist Black Mage. There are still 4 more jobs that need to be completed here in Ul'dah. Unfortunately, my next stream might be next Wednesday. Reason why I say this is, well, I do have plans for between now and then. I will be on. I will be streaming games, but I will not be streaming Final Fantasy XIV, time permitting. So I'll probably be playing one of my other games, such as Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Phasmophobia. I'm not sure which yet, but we'll find out when the time comes. There's a place I can just sit down for now. So when I do come back next Wednesday, I will be continuing on with my quest here. If I manage to get a stream in before that with the time needed, I'll for sure do so. But what I will be doing next time is this will be something new actually. Finally, I'll be doing the minor quest line. What I think is kind of cool for Final Fantasy XIV, where you allow it to actually, they created a story for gatherers. So, that's what we'll do next time. This is the way to the Miners Guild, which I think really looks, well, this actually used to be a bar, like a singing place in 1.0. It probably could still be that, but essentially this is a bar. Looks like it's an old bar now. It was more prosperous back then. And as you can tell from here, I've not even started this yet with Clalin. So this will be something new for Clalin. No new game plus for this. Something to look forward to. Alright, so until then, let's go here. Get over there, you. So once again, we come to an end of our stream. This stream took longer than previous streams for last 2 streams for jobs. Who knows? Maybe the one for minor will not take as long. We'll find out. Until then, I'm calling this a night. Let's see who we can raid this evening. Is anyone still online? Let's raid our old friend of ours, Twerk Rules 2016. My understanding, he used to be a WoW player who's trying out Final Fantasy XIV. And he's a pretty cool guy. So once again, thank you everyone for joining. If you've liked what you've seen, just please click on like, click on follow. You'll be updated of future events that will occur. And as with previous videos, this will be updated as soon as I'm able to. As I think I mentioned, earliest will probably be next Wednesday. If there are other videos, it will be non-Final Fantasy XIV related. But that's okay. For certain, I'll be back next Wednesday. Until then, everyone take care, have a safe weekend, and have fun. Take care.
Stubborn child, thou thinkest in mortal terms. Our perception of time is too broad for thee to grasp. Tis a simple matter for thee to offer thine apologies. Thou didst not perpetrate the crime, Despite thy visions, the deeds of history seem distant to thee. Yeah. For a worm such as Neathog, however, that history is yet part of his present. As fresh as the blood that did gush from Radatasker's wounds, how could he not be driven mad? Tis only by the calming embrace of Shiva's soul that mine own fury hath not consumed me. But let us speak no more of what is done. My faith in your kind is spent, and I would be alone. Jeez. Like, what do you even do? What do you even do at that point? That was a lot. Are we the baddies? We aren't the baddies. Asthenian might be. But we're definitely not on the good side, I feel, at the moment, almost. I am so sorry for all that happened there. My alerts were off for the cutscene, but Slippery Worldwide, howdy, welcome, thank you both so much for the follows. Capitan Andy, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. We got a great stream. Raiders, welcome on in. I'm Torquilles 2016. Greek guy twerking Lord of Jiggly Booties. We're playing some Final Fantasy 14. We Heavensward obviously just got a big old girthy lore dump there. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can't get caught up on here. He's on fire, but just like my head. Yay. The Mythic Currents is funny. I played so much Tales of Vesperia that I got into how to call them. Love it. Reason expired, not posted by chat. Kage, I'm sorry that